The show is about to start. Buckle up, 'cause here we go.
What you know you can't explain. But you feel it. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. Experience the awakening. Brilliant anonymous researchers. Patriots, join us in the Patriot Army. Trust the plan, pain coming. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. RedStateTalkRadio.com, Brighteon.tv, Rumble.com/MG Show. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. Where we go one, we go all. Fight, 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 and fight we will. We fight every day right here on the MG Show. Let's go.
I'm here.
Let's go, guys. Welcome to the MG Show. It is a Wednesday, December 3rd. Oh my gosh, the week is flying by, and the month and the year, Shady.
Let's not talk about all that. Why you got to bring that up?
Oh my God, because just because of this.
We keep going around the sun. It's like, oh yeah, well, there we go. Exactly right. The way we're feeling today. Wednesday.
All right, guys. Welcome. YouTube.com/intheMatrixxx with 3 X's. Facebook, Jeff F. MGShow.link/JeffFB. That's 3 F's, Jeff FB. And then Twitter, x.com/intheMatrixxx or Shady Groove, whichever one you want. Share the show, guys. True Social at Poussant over there as well. Is she Poussant17 over there? I think she is. Make sure you get over there, follow her, share the show over there. We just are working hard, man. And I'm telling you, keeping up with this administration, breakneck speed, Shady.
Well, I think that I know why all these other people have decided to attack him instead of try to keep up with him, because they're just as stupid as the Democrats and the mainstream media. They don't have the brain power to keep up with Donald Trump, and they're feeling a little bit lacking. And so because of that, they have to go out and they have to make superstitious doom and gloom posts and pretend like the sky is falling, Chicken Little, instead of recognizing that Donald Trump is methodically marching all of us together into the golden age without them.
Twitter is now X. I know, Philip. I know. Welcome, Philip, over on YouTube. We got Mary over there. Poussant is over there. Joe Kalupa is over there. Kimma's over there. Jennifer Wazmada. Hey, man. How you doing? Good to see you over there. Our YouTube is back after 5 years of censorship, so we're very happy to ramp this back up again. But we need your help to ramp it back up, guys. We're still waiting to see if we can get monetized. It takes some time, but we're trying to do that as well. Rumble.com/MG Show is our home base at this moment, but we're all over. Lincoln Loggers over there. So if you're in Rumble, go over to YouTube.com/intheMatrixxx with 3 X's and just like the video as well. I mean, we'd like to like the video, like we like likes, Shady?
I actually had something there, and I skipped over it just to move on.
Like I like likes,
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, we got yesterday. We've got and I'm just gonna point this out as well. This is a Agent Miami posted this, and somebody continues his campaign to trash Q, President Donald Trump, and MAGA, while POTUS had an incredible cabinet meeting discussing the tremendous successes of Trump admin V.2, 2.0. Yesterday. Flynn is sowing doom and gloom after spending years of grifting off Q and the Trump movement. He's saying no more, are we live? No more popcorn, no more trust the plan, no more BS, instead more action. Time is never on our side, and the most important time is it's your enemy. All right. He's also, it's just like, stop it. Okay. Stop it. You have nothing to do with Q. He has nothing to do with Q. He grifted off of it. Great post, Agent Miami. And I'm tired of the doom and gloom. He acts like he's America first, MAGA, but he's not, Shady.
Well, isn't that interesting that he says that there's no plan? Whenever I'm literally watching Donald Trump, the person that I put into office again, work in the exact manner that I desired for him to work, to come to the exact same conclusions and actions that I desired him to come to. Meanwhile, you're going to sit over there and say that there is nobody doing what it is that we want done, because you guys keep making up things that you want done that make absolutely no sense, and pretending like that everybody else wants that so that you can psychologically operate against us. Well, there's some people out there that are a little bit smarter than the average idiot.
And Lincoln Logger makes a great point. Q told us the plan, and here's some proof right now. This is an Obama shadow presidency. Follow the auto pen. Pesky Q proof, guys. On 12/2/2025, President Trump posts this. Any and all Democrats any and all documents, proclamations, executive orders, memorandums, or contracts signed by order of the now infamous and unauthorized auto pen within the administration of Joseph R. Biden Jr. are hereby null, void, and of no further force or effect. Anyone receiving pardons, commutations, or any other legal document so signed, please be advised that said document has been fully and completely terminated and is of no legal effect. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Now, why is this a Q proof? Because on 3/9/2018, Q posts this. When I'm done, it'll be like you were never even here. Okay. And we know that Hussein is the shadow government, guys. Correct. And then there's the full post here. When we're done, he'll claim Kenyan citizenship as a way to escape. Q. All right. That's Q post 894. Which one is it? 894. So that's the meme. And I actually did a little something here, Shady Grove. Check this out.
I'm done. It'll be like you were never even here. When I'm done, it'll be like you.
I love it, guys. Okay. How do you erase somebody that was the president, right? The pardons and you nullify everything, guys. I mean, isn't that how you do it, Shady? One of the ways, isn't that how you do it?
Well, that's how you do it whenever you have an incompetent administration that is utilizing the auto pen to do the bidding of a former president. Can we just be honest and talk about the truth? Biden was not the president. This was a third presidency for Obama that was running it from the shadows through these morons that are just yes men running around the White House all the time. Meanwhile, they weren't even taking any of this stuff to Joe Biden, Jeff. Like Joe Biden didn't even know he was pardoning any of these people. And the way that we could prove that is simply by asking him, when did you do these things? He can't remember anything because he didn't do anything. So what we're doing is we are erasing from history the whole, we're saying we're erasing from history what's happened for the last 4, 5, 8 years. But really, let's think about it. Is it 20? It's 20. It's over 20 years of these people standing in between the American people and the American dream. What they effectively did is they got in the way of the American dream that would have been yours, and they stole it and sold you out to the foreign countries, and then brought all the foreign country people here to steal what wasn't taken already.
Yeah.
That's what they did.
Yeah. I mean, this is amazing. This is, we were looking at, Barack Obama said that he'd be okay with the idea of a shadow government system existing in America. Okay?
Well, he also said that he was going to build an army. Didn't he say he was going to build an army? There wasn't really an army of Antifa before Obama. There wasn't BLM before Obama. There wasn't ISIS before Obama. He built all of that. Mm-hmm. All of that belongs to him. And a matter of fact, let's not just put it on him. Let's explain that the clowns in America built Obama. Obama was a Manchurian candidate that came from the bowels of the CIA and the Saudi Arabian financiers, bin Talil, Alawi bin Talil. That's who financed Obama. That's who brought him through. Saudi Arabia, Hillary Clinton, all connected in the background. He was a Manchurian candidate by the CIA. And the CIA is currently out there trying to tell you that Donald Trump doesn't have proper chain of command or is initiating illegal orders whenever he's taking out their drug boats. Everybody tries to make this very confusing.
Yeah. Let's watch this real quick. I wanted to end on this point. Check it out.
What you know now, do you wish like you had a third term?
Why is it like frozen? But
and I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and
Joe Biden,
an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats, looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. Wow. I'd be fine with that.
Wow. Yeah. So he was running the shadow government, the shadow presidency. These are all Q posts. And you know, if you erase everything that Biden did, you know, we thought it was going to be Obama. Now it's Biden, okay, who still is Obama, in my opinion. I mean, Joe Biden was not fit to be president, but they're all worried about Donald Trump, aren't they, Shady?
They're all completely worried. But again, we rack up another win, don't we?
Yeah.
We rack up another win yesterday. Whenever, weren't they, you know, all the people, the doom and gloomers, the InfoWars people and the Flynn people were all saying, he's probably not going to win. It's a very tight race. All the Democrats, it's a very, very tight race. We're probably not even going to, it's probably going to turn to this crazy lady that hates Nashville. That's what everybody told you. Guess what? The guy won by 9 points. We beat him by 9 points last night. Do you understand that? Do you understand how they are utilizing doom and gloom to freak you out? Flynn picked the other person who would have lost. The person that Flynn picked to go against this crazy lady in Nashville, that was the election yesterday, there's no way that dude would have beat her.
Mm-hmm.
But he chose her, or he chose that guy because they know this. You have to understand, they're out there choosing people against Donald Trump's choices because they know they can't win, not because they think they can win.
Right. And by the way, General Flynn also went against J.D. Vance in Ohio. Okay. I mean,
and a number of others.
Well, yeah. I mean, we got Flynn slammed Trump's endorsement of J.D. Vance as a huge mistake. Okay. And he was stumping for Ohio's Josh Mandel or whatever his name is, backing Bill Spada 3 hours after Trump's New Jersey governor pick of Jack Ciattarelli, who won, by the way, as well. And talk about speed dating disloyalty right there. I mean, 3 hours after Trump backed Ciattarelli, Flynn was out there endorsing Bill Spada. Trump's Tennessee endorsement of Matt Van Epps as an Epstein rhino, pushing Jody Barrett instead. Plus your endless gripes on military brass, deep state whispers. I mean, this guy is such a fraud, guys.
With the Spadilla, wasn't it the opposite? I'm sorry. Didn't like Flynn come out like for the guy, and then Trump came out and pounded him like a couple hours later after he like picked the wrong guy. Trump came out and said, no, we're going with this guy. And So backing Bill Spada 3 hours after Trump's New Jersey governor picked Jack Ciattarelli. That's what I said. Okay. Yeah. Right. I
3 hours after, guys.
Yeah. Jeff said, when was the Obama video? That was, or Major P said, when was the Obama video? That was during Trump's first administration.
Let me see. The date I have it as is, I don't even know.
I think it was like
January 25th, 2021.
Oh, 21. Oh, wow. That was in 21. I think that was recorded earlier than that.
It
video
was probably. Yeah. Let me just double check.
Pretty sure that was during Trump's first administration.
Here's the entire interview. So let's just get the date here. 5 years ago. That's all it says.
That would be like 2020. So it might have been during the election.
Mm-hmm.
The 2020 election year.
November 30th, 2020.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that
was right after Biden won.
Yeah. Crazy, guys. Crazy. Wow. So we have Trump accounts, Shady Groove, okay? This Invest in America Act. I don't think people are understanding how amazing this is.
They aren't. And they're also not understanding how this connects back to the idea that what's been stolen from you for the last 100 years is being given back in a way that nobody could have realized he was going to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and let's go ahead and watch the actual announcement right here, Shady Groove. This is President Trump makes an announcement December 2nd, 2025. Let's watch it, Shady Groove.
So,
ready?
Yeah, before you jump into it, I just want to talk to you guys about this for a second, because you've spent your whole time. We've been showing you all this stuff about Arabella Advisors and Bill Gates and all these people and all this money and all this stuff that goes on. And they call themselves philanthropists. They call themselves philanthropists, but they're really not. What they're doing is they're giving money back to the system that's eating the system that's destroying you. What Trump is setting up right here is a real possibility for philanthropy. In other words, if you want to support, if I may be mistaken by that, but any company can pay into this for these people. Anybody can participate into this. So as we move forward and everybody in America starts to benefit from this $20 trillion new amounts of investment into our country, people are going to look in their pocket and go, oh my God, I've got so much wealth. What do I do with it? Instead of giving it to Bill and Melinda Gates of Hell Foundation, they can put it into these accounts for real Americans that are going to one day benefit and be able to buy a house, to get a job, to not be, listen, guys, and this is so important, Jeff, and it's going to take me just a second, but they wanted us all to be criminals. You've got to understand this. They wanted us all to be criminals. What the system that has been attacking you and marauding over you, the idea of the system was to utilize the system to turn every American into a criminal. And then you could literally break the system because nobody was a control in the experiment. Once everybody becomes a criminal, there's not a control. Everybody's a criminal. So they've utilized the laws against us for the last 100 years to turn you, the American people, into a criminal because you have nothing. And because you have nothing, you're willing to do anything for something. So you will do things that you will sell drugs on the street. You will do these things that you don't want to do so that you can survive. Think about think about a group, the youth, a 10-year group of people that are growing up and they don't have the fear of being a criminal. They don't have the fear of being drug addicted. Guess what? There's no drugs on the street anyway because listen, the world that we're creating is so amazing and it's really hard to put it into words. And I'm really trying hard as I can to paint the real picture of what Donald Trump really intends for you around these idiots that are acting like he's the same old swamp.
Yeah. I mean, people are not, it's all crazy that, I can go over that post that I made yesterday in regards to the psychological operations that are out there, but it's deep, man. It is so deep and it's so disturbing and disgusting. And it's not just the left.
I agree. I agree. The left, and we could even say that it's not the left that's the problem. Just like we're saying, you say that it's not, the Zionists or the globalists. Okay, you see what I mean? Like they're all trying to control the system. They all want the system to be controlled. You want the system to be free. That's the tussle. That's the tug of war that we have. We have a rope, and we have these people that want the system to be controlled by them, and we have the people that want the system to be controlled by the people. And we've lost control of the rope for a long time, and they're mad that we're getting a handle on.
Excuse me. Yes, absolutely. And, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We are not affiliated with any one of those networks, even though we did travel with said people that we talk about. So essentially, we are whistleblowers, okay? We actually were on the inside of these asshats circle. We were never shady. It's almost like they knew that we were going to expose them. It's weird.
They knew that they couldn't convince us of the con. Whenever they brought us in to try to get us to work with the whole leadership council thing, and they offered us the whole 10% of the $100 million that they were going to raise, like at that moment, they knew whenever we didn't deposit a penny into that account for them, they knew that they had lost us, and they started their campaign against us then.
Absolutely. Here we go. So this is President Trump's announcement on the amazing, and then we'll kind of, go over it later, but this is absolutely fantastic. Wow. I'm blown away.
Our success is in your hands. I just want to say that to anybody that hears the voice of the MG show. There's freedom of thought. There's freedom of choice. You're free to ask any questions that you want.
And we're free to disagree.
And we're free to disagree. And if you believe that this show benefits you, then I would appreciate it if you would contribute financially to us, because we are going to do what we are going to do, which is continue to prove whether or not things that are being shown to you are real or not. Okay. We can prove these things. We can say there is no proof for this. It's a theory. It's possible. That's fine. We can all do that. But whenever you go all in on something, and now you see these people that have now committed, after weeks of being barraged with these psychological operations, they've committed to things like Erica Kirk is a Satanist. The memes and the things that they're doing out there, because once you see, the thing is, once they start generating all of this propaganda, you see it. And once your mind sees it 3 or 4 times through your scroll from the InfoWars nuts, then you start to believe it. And then you've let it in. And then the next thing you know, oh, well, maybe I should. And the next thing you know, you're out there helping them taint the jury pool.
Yeah, and that's what's happening. It's almost like I watched, believe it or not, I watched Gutfeld last night, Shady.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like Planet Tyrus is watching this show. Let me just play a little bit of this. Check this out. I mean, he's kind of explaining that your feelings have no IQ. Check it out.
This is a typical mistake. I think a lot of men can understand what the White House was doing. This obviously was the president's idea, or a man standing next to the president who said, I have an idea. We're going to settle all these arguments with facts.
Yeah.
I really don't feel I need to go further, but and the media is all about feelings, and they have to understand. And the way I was feeling at the time when Trump was talking was I was upset at him. That's why I said he peed on Russian hookers, because I was upset. So it's the art of feelings versus facts. So, but as we know, fellas, that when you come to a table and be like, here's the facts, they have to interweave the feelings in there, and you never really get the facts, and that's why. Exactly. See, I'm treading this line so carefully here. I want to say it, but I'm not going to say it. But that's the problem. Is the White House is trying to do this crazy thing called let's just list the factual stories, and the other side wants to do the feeling.
Don't bring what it is.
Yeah, and exactly, guys. So what do we say? Bill Cooper said it best, right? Your feelings have 0 IQ. Okay.
Yes.
And Shady, I think that's why I wanted to play that, because you kind of brought that up, and very good.
And what you're saying about your feelings not having an IQ doesn't mean to not have a heart. Okay. It means to apply things properly. Wisdom is how you apply the things that you've learned. Okay. Wisdom isn't like another level of learning. Wisdom is applying what it is that you've learned. Like if you know someone is not credible, you've learned to not listen to what they say anymore in the same way. You can still hear what they say. You just don't believe them whenever they say it to you. You have an eye of skepticism. So whenever we say your feelings have no IQ, we mean that you don't use your feelings to discern facts with. You use your feelings and your heart to be compassionate and empathetic towards people who are, who are concerning to you on an individual basis. But this groupthink thing is the thing they're trying to rope us all into, guys. They want us all in this groupthink thing. Like that's what they kept saying to us, Jeff. Oh, you're not on our team. You're not. No, we're individuals. Like I'm not. Jeff and Shady are individual human beings that decided to work together.
Yeah,
we're not like on some sort of like team us and nobody else. We're on anybody's team that wants to be on a team with us. The thing is, they didn't want to be on a team with us.
And we bring them in the team, and they're only here to usurp us and then infiltrate us and then make fun of us. I mean, how many times over has that happened, Script Keeper?
It happens it happens like once a week.
The people that are sponsoring this show today, because we do need your fiscal support, 17 Patriots for Truth. I love numbers. $47 Rumble Rant. 5 subscriptions, 17 Patriots for Truth. Thank you so much. Southpaw's a subscription as well. Susie Q, thank you both for your leadership that you give us every day. Thank you very much. $20. NG Brothers, 5 subscriptions as well to the MG Show. All right, so let's go ahead. This is great. If you're fighting for your kids, their kids, and their kids' kids, you're going to love this, Shady Groove.
You're absolutely going to love it, because everybody's going to benefit from this. People are going to benefit from this in a way to where you can walk away, where you're never even going to have to see InfoWars. You understand that? You're never going to have to see this stuff. These children are never going to have to see this nonsense out there, because they're going to have enough of the truth to not care.
That's right. That's right.
Nice to see you again. That was a long news conference we had before, wasn't it? Yeah, but it was a good one.
You know, and let's just set the record straight. 2 hours and 15 minutes plus news conference with the asshats. Then he comes out and does, 40 minutes today. This guy, and they're saying that he's got health issues. These people are insane. Okay, just look for your own eyes, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and we're thrilled to be joined by one of the most successful business leaders and people anywhere in the country, whether it's technology, no matter what business you're talking about, there's really nobody quite like him. He's chairman and CEO of Dell Technologies, make great everything, great computers, great everything. Michael Dell, very much of a legend, who's here with his really exciting announcement. It's so amazing, and much more importantly, he's here with his wonderful wife, Susan, and they have a special relationship. I think I can say that, really. It's very nice. I don't see too much of it. I see the opposite, but I don't see too much. I have two special people, and I've seen that. I've known that for a long time, and I think it's a tremendous thing. Also, the CEO of Altamir Capital, Brad Gerstner. Where are you, Brad? Brad Gerstner is a terrific fellow who's very much involved in this incredible thing that we're doing today, along with the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Commerce and Science and Transportation, Ted Cruz, House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith, Vice Chairman of the House Republican Conference, Blake Moore, as well as the Chief Design Officer of the United States Airbnb co-founder, Joe Gebbia. I want to thank you all for being here. It's a great group. And I guess a potential Fed chair is here too. I don't know. Are we allowed to say that? Potential. He's a respected person, that I can tell you. Thank you, Kevin. Today is Giving Tuesday. I don't know if anybody's heard that one before, but it is indeed Giving Tuesday, one of the biggest days of the year for philanthropy and charitable giving. And this afternoon, Michael and Susan Dell are committing to one of the largest private donations in American history, which will directly benefit the next generation of American children through the new Trump Accounts program that we created in our One Big Beautiful Bill. And Michael and Susan came to see me along with Brad, and they said, this is an idea. And I said, I think, it sounded just so good and so unique. But that's why he's been so successful, and they've been so successful in life and in business, because they're unique. Trump Accounts will be the first, I guess you could say, real trust funds for every American child, allowing family members, employers, corporations, generous donors to contribute money that will be invested and grow over the course of a child's life to be used for their benefit after they turn 18. So in other words, these are children that are an investment's going to be made. That investment's going to continue to grow, we hope, right? We hope. And, but it will. And they'll feel like Michael Dell someday. But at 18, they'll have a lot of money, a lot more money than they would have had, and potentially a lot of money. But these accounts will track the overall stock market and will be 100% private property controlled by the child's guardians. In honor of America's 250th anniversary, the Dells are announcing today that they are giving 25 million American children $250 each to save and to invest in their personal Trump account. Now, that's the equivalent of $6.25 billion. In other words, to put it succinctly, Michael and Susan are giving $6.25 billion in total, and as a total contribution. That's big stuff. I don't care who you are. That's big. Come here, give me a hand.
That is what people should be doing with their money, guys.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Not just handing it
These
over
gifts
to
will be
George Soros
available
and Bill
to the
Gates.
first 25 million children aged 10
To
and
usurp
under
your
the
country.
sign
Yeah,
of zip
to sell us
codes
down the
where
river.
Their median income is $150,000 or less. So they're giving them to children that won't be born particularly rich, and they're going to be hopefully very rich someday. This will give millions of dollars, millions of children, middle-class families a stake in American prosperity, a benefit from the rising stock market, and a better shot at the American dream. It really gives them a shot at the American dream. Michael and Susan, I want to thank you for this extraordinary act of kindness and patriotism and charity. This is truly one of the most generous acts in the history of our country. I mean, you don't hear about things like that. And we got to let people know he doesn't want and she doesn't care about that. But I do. I think when somebody does that, you got to let them know about it. As I mentioned, this gift is being made possible by the largest tax cuts in American history, which our Republican majorities passed earlier this year. And the Speaker worked so hard, and John Thune and Jason and all of them, every one of them. Ted Cruz is with us. He worked so hard getting that done. That was the biggest, most consequential bill they say ever passed. And you know, if they remember, Michael, they thought we had to put that in 12 to 14 bills. I said, I don't know if we can hold it that long with the Democrats. And we said, let's try doing it once. So we did, and people were surprised, but we got it done. So I congratulate you guys. Amazing job. Under that bill, the federal government will also automatically be making a one-time seed contribution of $1,000 into the tax-deferred Trump accounts for every newborn U.S. citizen, fulfilling a promise I made in the 2024 campaign. Trump accounts should grow to be worth many thousands of dollars by the time the child is 18, and even more by the time they are 20 or even 30 years old. We think it's going to be something really unique and really special. We hope many others will follow Michael and Susan's example and make their own contributions. I'll be doing it too, to the next generation, including businesses, churches, philanthropists, family members, and parents themselves. I think we're going to have a lot of people, Susan. I think a lot of people are going to be contribute. A lot of people are watching us right now. They might not be $6 billion plus, but there'll be a lot. There aren't too many people that are in the 6 billion range, but there'll be a lot. A lot of friends of mine have already told me they're going to contribute a lot of money, and a lot of them are going to leave a lot of money in their wills. So that's very important. And as you watch us today, I hope you'll be doing that. Contributions to Trump accounts will also be a great benefit for employers to offer their workers, which they'll be able to do tax-free. It's tax-free. We expect hundreds of major companies to announce plans to contribute to these accounts in the coming months, and we've had tremendous interest in that regard. So the Trump accounts will be available starting on July 4th of next year. And Michael and Susan, to you again, it's an amazing act of just incredible everything. I mean, the life you've led to be able to do this, even to be able to, even a lot of people have a good heart, but they can't give $6.25 billion. And Michael, probably knowing you, it's not the last of it either. It's not the last. But on behalf of the United States of America, I want to thank you both, and I want to thank all three. But I want to thank you both because you've been friends of mine, and it's a spectacular couple. This is really an amazing people. These are unique. And I'd like to have you come up and say a couple of words and tell us what you have in mind, because what you have in mind is good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor to be with you here in the White House. And, you know, when you passed the Invest America Act on July 4th of this year, we were really inspired to see that happen. And this is something that, you know, Brad had first mentioned to us in 2021. We thought it was a great idea then, and it's amazing that it happened. And we also saw that this act would become a platform. And, you know, we believe the smartest investment that we can make is an investment in children. And this Act has created a platform for families and friends and communities and companies and philanthropists to contribute to these accounts to create a savings and opportunity and hope and prosperity for tens of millions of children in this country. And Susan and I are super excited to announce our $6.25 billion gift to 25 million American children, 10 and under, and our gift will cover most of the children that are 10 and under that are not part of the federal program, the 0 to 2-year-olds, and who also live in zip codes where the median income is $150,000 or less. And I have spoken with a number of other wealthy Americans, philanthropists, and we are confident that others will join us because we all understand the incredible impact that a gift like this can have on the lives of young Americans. So again, it's a great honor for us to be here to be able to announce this. You know, when I was 8 years old, I got a passbook savings account and I had, I think about $8 in it. And you go to the savings and loan and you give them a quarter and they'd stamp your account. And I got to see the power of compound interest early in my life. And that has brought me here to this moment. And hopefully will inspire that kind of opportunity for many more young people in this country. So again, thank you for the privilege of being here.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan. So beautiful. Thank you very much. Susan, would you like to say something?
I'd just like to say how excited we are to be a part of this. We believe that when children have a future that they can see is worth saving for, then that will help build hope and opportunity and prosperity for generations to come. So we're so excited to be doing this and hope to have many people join in our efforts. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Susan. So beautiful. Brad,
well, first, it's an incredible honor to be here, and we wouldn't be here without the passage of the Invest America Act, and everybody up here today played a role in getting that done. The Speaker, Ted Cruz, in drafting the legislation so that when the President placed the call to the Speaker and said, let's make this happen in the big, beautiful bill, Congress was ready to act. They had the legislation drafted. But I couldn't be more grateful for the friendship and the partnership of the Dells that really show the best of America. Today is Giving Tuesday, right? And the fact of the matter is, for decades, we've talked about the wealth gap. We've talked about too many people left out and left behind. This president was elected on a Main Street agenda to get the rest of America into the game. And that's exactly what this does. It gets every American child, 3.7 million children born every year, will now start life off with an investment account, seeded with $1,000. And then you're going to have great philanthropists, great Americans like Michael and Susan, who are going to add money to those accounts. We're overwhelmed with the number of companies that want to contribute to these accounts. Already companies from Uber to NVIDIA, T-Mobile to Charter Communications, Dell, et cetera, the list goes on. And every day more companies are calling us, raising their hands and saying, we want to be part of this. It's like a 401k from birth. It's a benefit for the kids of our employees, right? Major philanthropists. But I think what this is going to unlock is the power of families. Moms and dads Venmoing and Apple Paying and $5, $10, right? And getting these kids into the game. When we had the roundtable at the White House earlier this year, Dara Khosrowshahi, the CEO of Uber, said, you know, after fleeing Iran at the age of 9 with nothing, he came to America because it was the land of hope. And he said what the Invest America Act does is it bottles up hope for every child in America. Whether you're in rural Mississippi or rural Indiana, where I came from, inner city Trenton or Compton, you're now in the game, right? That act alone, I think, reinvigorates the American dream. It reinvigorates the idea of free market capitalism. Too many people are losing faith in you, sir. By passing the Invest America Act and getting all these kids into the game, this is a transformational act in this country forevermore. Every child starts off life in the game with a piece of the American dream compounding in the upside of America. So thank you for having us here.
Secretary first. Defer to the brains.
Good afternoon, everyone. And I think this is a major change in philanthropy and for American working families. It is the merging of President Trump's agenda of parallel prosperity, Main Street meets Wall Street. For the next 5 years, every child born in the U.S. will get a $1,000 Trump account that will be with them and compound for the next 18 years. Treasury Department with other branches of government is going to do financial literacy, and we are going to make sure that all American families have a stake in the success of the United States of America. So every day when the stock market goes up or down, and we believe over the 18 years it will go up and families will learn the power of compounding, that it will be a game changer. People who have a stake in the system and become more and more vested in the system, they do not want to bring down the system, they want to make it better. So I think we will look back on today and know that these Trump accounts, they have started a new age of the capitalism and market interest for the whole country. I also think that it is a game changer, as we're seeing with Michael and Susan Dell today, that Americans are the most generous people in the history of the world, and the Trump accounts will provide a vehicle for philanthropists such as Michael and Susan and many more to contribute. And at Treasury, we are working, so Michael and Susan want to do it for children born in the past 10 years, a certain income level, as
You know, I just want to stop real quick. I mean, look at how happy she is for giving away a fortune to America's future, to the children of America who deserve a future. Not only are we giving 1,000, they're giving away billions of dollars. And I just see weird comments in the section. She's 62 years old and she's beautiful and she's beaming and she's proud of what she's done, as she should be. God bless her.
Brad said, it can be tailored, it can be to employees. It could be a philanthropist could adopt a state, they can adopt a school, they can adopt a zip code, they can adopt a street. And so we will constantly see these accounts be topped up. For those of you on the Treasury, will be running this on the operational side. For those of you who would like to, you can go to trumpaccounts.gov today and see the homepage that has a basic outline. These will become operational on July 5th of this year. And we will have families start signing up for them. So, and that homepage will answer all the questions on eligibility and investments. And then finally, today we're here on Giving Tuesday. Michael and Susan have led the way, but I think that there's a chance that every Tuesday can become Giving Tuesday as more and more philanthropists see the power of this, of giving to American families, giving to American children, and giving everyone a stake in our great economy. So thank you very much.
I also want to address, really, where were they before, says Joy, for you and me. They didn't have a big, beautiful bill passed on July 4th to encourage this. They were under the deep state. The deep state does not want your children to be happy. They don't want your children to be, successful. I mean, guys, this is what your president, Donald J. Trump, is doing for the children, Shady. I don't know why there's so much weird pushback, Shady.
That's really upsetting to see that.
Yeah, I'm really upset to see. It's a guy. Look at her. Look how happy she is. 62 years old. Wow.
Cynicism is a mind
I'll be
killer.
brief. There's a lot of symbolism here today. Right here on the eve of the 250th anniversary of the greatest nation in the history of the world. We are the greatest nation by any objective measure. We're the most free, most powerful, most successful, and most benevolent nation that's ever been. And I think what you're seeing here is another exhibit of that. This idea, this vision came about because Brad and a couple of smart guys came up with this idea, and then took a few years to sell the idea to everybody. And then these visionary legislators over here, Senator Ted Cruz and Blake Moore in the House and Jason Smith, the Ways and Means Chair, really caught the vision. And we put it into the big, beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut. We've been saying all along that was drafted to really help lower and middle class earners in America. And this is one of the great features. One of the perils of having the big, beautiful bill and having it all in there together, the president and I have talked about many times, is that there's so many great things in that legislation, we don't have enough time to talk about all of it. So we need a moment to really focus on this. Giving Tuesday is a perfect time to do it. And it's absolutely perfect, I think, that July 5th becomes the operational date right after the nation's birthday. So what we're going to see here is a model that I don't think anyone has done anywhere in the world. They wouldn't have the capability to do it. They wouldn't have philanthropists and great Americans with big hearts like this who've earned their way and really fulfilled the American dream. And they have a vision and a desire for more and more people to do that. And so now more and more Americans will. It kind of evens the playing field in a way, right? And everybody has an opportunity. So we're just excited to be a part of it, grateful to the vision, grateful to a president who leads from the front, who understands the potential of something like this. And this will be one of the many marquee achievements of the Trump administration. This will be one that people remember for a long, long time. And I think it can change the country. So thanks, Mr. President. Thanks, Brad, all of you for being a part. Thank you to the Dells. Really amazing. Thank you. Sure.
Thank you.
Well, I want to congratulate all the men and women up here. And Mr. President, I think objectively on the merits, the case can be made that there has never been a president who's had a greater positive impact on the children of America than you have. And in particular, in this one big, beautiful bill, I think the two most long-lasting and far-reaching provisions are, number one, the school choice provision that you signed into law that is going to unleash tens of billions of dollars to scholarships to low-income kids all over the country and is going to change the lives of millions of kids. And the second provision is this provision right here, the Trump accounts. These Trump accounts, starting on July 4th, every child in America will have a personal investment account opened for them. Newborn children will have it seeded with $1,000. Parents and family and employers can contribute up to $5,000 a year in a tax-advantaged account. That money will be invested in the S&P 500 in the stock market, broad-based equity index account. Two massive benefits that change this country. Number one, every child in America will experience the benefits of compound growth. Take a little girl born next year. She's born next year, she has the account opened for her, $1,000 is automatically seeded, her parents, her family, or an employer puts $5,000 a year each year into that account. If you assume the historic rate of growth of the S&P 500, which is 7% a year, by the time that little girl is 18, she will have $170,000 in that account. And if she keeps saving, by the time that little girl is 35, she will have $700,000 in that account. That is game-changing, and we're not talking the children of Michael and Susan Dell, the children of Donald Trump, the children of people of great success. We're talking the kids of a single mom waiting tables who could have $700,000 saved by the time she's 35 to get an education, to start a business, to buy a house. That changes their whole lives. But the second benefit, and what I'm really excited about, is we are creating a...
Hey, and they wouldn't need those 50-year mortgages either, would they now, guys? Joke's on you.
New generation of capitalists. Every child in America is going to be an owner of the biggest employers in this country. We've all seen the sad statistics of how many kids are losing faith in capitalism. Well, 10 years from now, a little boy is going to pull out his phone and he's going to look at his app and he's going to see his Trump account. And instead of thinking of big, bad, scary corporations, that little boy is going to say, I own $50 of Apple. I own $100 of Dell. I own $75 of McDonald's. And every child is an owner of the biggest employers in this country. That will transform this country. Mr. President, thank you for signing it. Let me say, Brad, this would not be a law if Brad Gerstner did not pursue it with absolute dogged determination, relentless I've gotten calls and texts from Brad at 6 a.m. and at 2 a.m. You may sleep less than the president, Brad, and that is a remarkable thing because I don't think he sleeps at all. And finally, I'll just say to Michael and Susan, incredible Texans, $6.25 billion is extraordinarily generous. Let me say, on behalf of 25 million kids who just got a gift from Michael and Susan, and it's not a gift of a video game, it's not a gift of a bicycle, it's an investment in their future. That changes their lives, and I hope and believe Michael and Susan are going to inspire millions across the country to do the same thing. When Congress passed Section 401k of the ERISA, I don't know that anyone realized how much it would change retirement plans. There's now trillions of dollars in 401k plans. They're going to be trillions of dollars in these. These are 401ks for kids. And Mr. President, these Trump accounts exist because you signed them. Thank you for your leadership. It's an honor to work with you.
Joseph, if you would just say a couple of words. Brad, come on up for a second.
Now, I just want to just you guys, the Dells just gave $6.25 billion to the children, and people are disparaging them. I just don't understand this, Shady.
I don't understand what's going on either. This doesn't make any sense to me. You're talking about something that has never been done before. You're talking about these people are never going. Do you understand that they're stopping them from needing Social Security?
Yeah,
these people will never need Social Security.
This is your off ramp to the Social Security, possibly.
Correct.
Right?
It's 100% the off ramp. None of these people are going to need Social Security because they're going to have number one. Think about it. If the economy normalizes and everything and prices of goods and food services and interest and all those things are normalized, then you're talking about generational wealth. You're talking about wealth that can be utilized to never work. These people could theoretically make investments on their own whenever they become 18 and utilize the stock market to never have to work and to actually achieve whatever dreams or goals or whatever that they can come up with as children.
Yeah. And guys, it's trumpaccounts.gov right here. This is the Jumpstart the American Dream. This is a pro-family initiative. Oh, my God, it's so terrible. That will help millions of Americans harness the strength of our economy to lift up the next generation. And they'll really be getting a big jump on life. What are the Trump accounts? And these are just accounts, people that are new investment accounts for children under 18. Families can open accounts early as 2026 and contribute starting July 4th, 2026. Eligible children born from 2025 to 2028 may receive a $1,000 pilot deposit from the U.S. Treasury, and all eligible children may receive deposits from employers or major philanthropic contributors. These great people just gave $6.25 billion, guys,
to the American future. This is not for white children. This is for every single child born.
Yeah.
No matter where you are, no matter if you're in the depths of the gloomiest, worst part of Chicago and you're born, guess what you get? A Trump account. Think about that. Think about what we're talking about here. We're talking about actually every single philanthropic organization that has been a philanthropic organization up until now has been literally spending everything extra to enslave this country. And we've been outing that by showing you who the Fortune 500 companies are, what they're doing, and who they really work for. And now you see one pivot. You're seeing a Fortune 500 company pivot and actually make an investment into the American future. I know it seems like seeing a Bigfoot or seeing a UFO, but the reality of the situation is you're looking at what it is that's being presented.
Yeah. Hans-Jörg Wies in Rumble says, I am grateful for the example they are setting, 100%. Hans-Jörg Wies. All right, back to this, because this is actually, this is historic, guys. I mean, you're witnessing history unfold, the epic history, guys. Wow.
Perfect. Thank you. First, I would just want to thank Michael and Susan for the kind gift. What you all have done will be transformational for 25 million kids. And a lot of people we can thank for the provisions in this big, beautiful bill, but there is no one to thank.
No, you don't have to be in any income bracket. It's all children. All the parents have to do is have a Social Security number, okay? And be citizens, period.
Greater than President Donald Trump. And I'll tell you this, out of every executive I've ever worked with, there's no one that's been more engaging, no one that has been more involved. And the only reason why these investment accounts are in the big, beautiful bill is because he helped convince other members of Congress that this is a good idea. This has been something that has been discussed for a long time, but no one could ever get it passed. But who helped get it passed was Donald Trump. I can tell you that from day one throughout the process. And so that's going to affect millions of kids in their futures.
Millions.
Thank you. I was not planning or prepared to speak today, but the gravity of the situation is not lost on me. I have 4 boys of my own, 13 and under, and on the heels of a $6 billion announcement, I hope that doesn't, go without some major headlines, that I will be making an announcement of my own that I will be contributing $60 to each one of my children's accounts today. Actually, to try to bring some levity to that, every parent, every grandpa and grandma can now look and say, I can get my grandkid this little toy or something, and maybe that's going to continue to happen. But there is a new option and another way for them to be able to invest and have a lasting legacy. And as a dad of 4 kids, seeing kids in our neighborhood, them to have that opportunity is something that not every day in Congress, as I've joked with my colleagues, is the most productive day in my career. But to be able to be a part of something like this is, it makes everything worthwhile. I'm away from my kids a ton in this job. And being able to be a part of something like this, a small part that I played, is something that is transformational. And I'll be able to look back on this and be so grateful for this opportunity that I've had to be able to serve in Congress. Thank you so much. I appreciate the chance to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Would anybody have a question? Michael, Susan?
Yes.
Brad?
Are we staying?
Please.
Yeah, one for you two. If you could, did either of you say you're donating how much? Mr. President, is there an educational value to this in terms of not just the money in the account? What can kids learn in this account?
Well, I think they can learn a little bit about the free enterprise system, they can really learn a lot about how life works, how business works. They want to go out and make a living for themselves, because maybe it's going to be a lot more than we think, or maybe it's not going to be quite as much as we think, depending on what happens with the world and the market. We'll try and do very well in that regard too, but there's a lot of learning to be done, and I think it's a big step forward.
And your reaction, did either of you say you're donating how much?
Yeah, we already said it, it's $6.25 billion.
No, I mean, with the reaction between the two of you, someone came up with the idea.
Oh, sure. Oh, well, so we kind of started with a smaller amount, to be honest. And we started talking about Texas only at the beginning.
And adopting the state of Texas.
Right. And then we thought about it some more, and we thought
got pretty excited about the idea.
Yeah, and we went back and forth, and as we do on these things, and we
got
ended
more
up
and more excited, and next thing you know,
this is where we ended up. So, but a
climbing.
lot of discussion and consideration over a long period of time.
Yeah.
We
believe
we feel great about it.
The greatest investment that we could possibly make is in children, and we've been investing in children for over 26 years with our foundation.
Yeah, and there are 30 states already that require at least one semester of financial literacy, and hopefully all 50 states will do that. And as children begin to understand that they have these accounts, that creates a real need for our schools, our parents, our community organizations to really begin to grow financial literacy in the country, which can only be a good thing.
It's really an amazing moment that 2 people would do that kind of a contribution. I mean, it's just an amazing moment. And it shows you there's a tremendous heart in great entrepreneurs. He's a great entrepreneur. They're both great entrepreneurs, because he probably wouldn't have done it without you. To be honest, that's the way it often works. And I know this relationship so well. There could be a lot of truth to that. But it shows you that there's a big heart in some pretty tough people. He's a tough cookie, but he's got a very, very warm spot. And what you've done, I don't think, it's going to be talked about for a long time. It won't be forgotten.
May I ask a question? Thank you, sir. My question is about the logistics or the administration of the program. You obviously want to help poorer children. How will you help families perhaps who don't have access to computers or internet at home to make this program a reality?
Do you want to answer that question?
Sure. And please speak in the microphone if you don't mind for our TV.
Well, first, Treasury, as the Secretary talked about, is going to be administering the program. And we should just say that Luke Pettit, the Assistant Treasury Secretary, has just done an extraordinary job with the Secretary in what I think will be the biggest consumer launch in the history of government. 60 million accounts are going to get created next year. And these accounts are going to be promulgated. All parents are going to have to do is to claim the account. So if they have access to an Android phone or a public library to go to a computer and gain access, they can claim that account. And whether they claim it or not, the account is going to continue to compound. So they don't have a deadline by which they have to claim the account. There's time, right? And there's going to be a lot of resources. Think about this. Kids in school, we're going to have schools engaged, helping to tell them that they need to claim their accounts, to educate them, et cetera. We're going to run a big public campaign around this. So we're just getting started. Today is day one. This is an extraordinary contribution, but it's the beginning of a drumbeat you're going to hear for the next 6 months leading up to the 250th anniversary of the country. I don't think there's anybody in the country who won't have heard about this by the time we get to July 4th of next year. And we're going to make sure, listen, we know that wealthy families have access to 529 accounts, right? This is an opportunity, and the instruction was, how do we get the 50 million other families into the game? This is the first time we've done that because we're auto-creating these accounts for every child at birth, and so we're going to be very focused on making sure that every family entitled to get one of these accounts is able to claim it and get it.
Daniel, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. These programs seem to create an opportunity for parents to create unprecedented financial security for their children, sir. Do you believe that these accounts will be a big part of your legacy when everything goes down? We've heard talks about you make legacy as a peacemaker, but this is a really big deal.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I do think so, and I think it's a big part of everybody up here today. This was a group that was very instrumental, and in particular, obviously, Michael and Susan, it's a big part of their legacy. They've got a big legacy anyway, but this is maybe going to be as important or more important than anything they've done thus far. It's looking back in 100 years from now, I think you're going to see some things that they'll be talking about this very day. So thank you for that question. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. These accounts were originally discussed as a way to incentivize people to have more children. Are there any other policy proposals you're looking at like this to encourage the birth rate to increase?
Well, we are looking at programs. We're looking at, there's a certain Australian plan that people are liking and they're talking about. You know what I mean? There's a plan where, not for children necessarily, but it's for people, working people. And we are looking at other things different from this. I think this is very unique, but different from this, but very important. Yeah.
You mean the Australian retirement savings program?
Say it?
You mean the Australian retirement savings
That's what they're
program?
talking about. Yep, we're looking at it very seriously. It's a good plan. It's worked out very well. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, can you talk about what tax benefits these accounts come with? The information sheet that we just received said that when a child turns 18, they'll be treated like traditional IRAs and subject to a 10% withdrawal tax.
Please,
can you speak to when children can be able to access these funds?
They can access them when they're 18, or they can convert them to an IRA at that time. During the 18 years, parents or employers can donate with a tax deduction up to $5,000 into each account, and then philanthropists, like Michael and Susan, can add an unlimited amount to the accounts. So $5,000 from employees or families, and then gifts from foundations and philanthropists can be an unlimited amount.
Mr. President, you said that you have been talking to your wealthy friends, as well as you, Mr. Dell, about contributing. Can you walk us through maybe who you've been talking to and how much more we can expect on top of
I think the people you probably would think I would be talking to. There's a group of people out there that have been very successful, and we've already started talking to them. We're doing ballrooms, we're doing arcs, we have a thing that's being planned that's going to be a great tribute to the country, as you know. probably heard about it. The arc that we're looking at by the bridge near Arlington. There's going to be something. We're doing some other things for Washington itself and for the country itself. But a lot of the people that have, gone in and done a real job with that. The ballroom, I think Michael and Susan, the next time we meet, well, I think hopefully we'll meet before then, but we're going to have a big event over in the ballroom to celebrate this. We're building a ballroom that they've wanted at this beautiful White House for 150 years. They've wanted it so bad.
So he's going into the ballroom now, but I just wanted to share that with you. The press was actually pretty kind to the group here as well, as they should be. This is really like, Whitney Houston, I believe the children are our future. This is what we should be doing for our children. And I think it's fantastic. You're witnessing history, Shady.
Well, you're witnessing history on multiple levels. And you're seeing something that I remember I said just yesterday, you're going to start to see things that you've never seen before. Well, this is one of the things that was in mind of what you've never seen before. Stuff that's in this bill this is not the only thing that's in this bill that you're not aware of that's going to come to fruition here pretty shortly. I got a number of things.
This could be a trap real quick just to finish it off. To your point, like, you think the Democrats are going to come out against this and that we need to undo giving children money? I mean,
100%. Oh, absolutely.
Is this a trap? Yet another Trump trap?
That's one aspect of what's going on. But look, I got something bigger for you. Check this out. Let's do it. So let's think about number one. How are the Democrats going to win another election whenever they start to do the numbnuttery that Jeff was just talking about right there? Like that's 100% what they're going to do.
Don't give kids money. No.
It's like, your kids are going to be like 7 years old looking up at you're voting for Democrats, Mom. Look what like I got $400,000 in my IRA. What are you talking about? And so let's just talk about number one. I mentioned that it's going to be everybody, no matter who you are, where you are. And this aspect of what Besant said there, you can adopt a town, you can adopt a state, you can adopt a city, or you can adopt a street, meaning that you can go in and say, okay, well, I've got $400,000 that I want to make an investment into only the people that are in this town. I'm going to make an investment in the people that are in this town. Wow, what a concept. Oh, I grew up at 2964 Cross Street and M. Okay, so I want to take all my money that I'm going to donate and I'm going to put it into the accounts for the children that live on that exact street. You can invest in your past in a different way. Oh, wow, what a concept is that? So now think about this. No matter what they do, they are going to spin this in a negative way. So we already know that they're going to do that. But this is what I see. Let's do some quick math. Let's say, okay, here we are. It's 2025, and we're looking down the line, and we're saying, okay, if I'm a child and I'm born in 2026, or have been born in the last 10 years or so, but I'm born in 2026, and I'm going to be 18, that's going to be 2026 plus 18, that's 2043. These children are going to be voting age in 2023, or 2043. So the first time that these people are going to be eligible to vote would be in the 2044 election. Stay with me here. I know I'm fogging you up out there. Stay with me. What is going to be who is going to be eligible to be the presidential candidate in 2044? Barron Trump will be first eligible to be president in the election cycle of 2044. You want to talk about a generational, monumental, epic, colossal, unbelievable, paradigm shifting, Rubicon crossing moment that we are currently in. Let you take a look down the barrel of that rifle to see exactly what it is that we're looking at for the future of our country, guys. The doom and gloom is gone. All these people out here, man, like right now, you could go read Lara Logan. Oh, Trump president, after waiting months, watching, investigating, no coming back from this. If you don't stop it now, your administration is running off the rails and they are not serving you right. And this is ad nauseum horse shit. And I'm so tired of seeing these people that are not really at the core of them American. I'm sorry, but people like Lara Logan and Miranda Devine that are like trying to take down my president right now, or trying to take down the FBI. Let me tell you this. You want to start triggering? Help Shady trigger them. Yeah. This is the greatest FBI in American history. Help me. InfoWars is dead. Help me. Pam Bondi is an American, amazing patriot. Help me say these things, because let me tell you guys, no one's saying them. The MG Show is the only one saying that the FBI is amazing. We're the only ones saying that Pam Bondi is amazing. We're the only ones saying that Susie Wiles is amazing. And we're the only ones that are standing here saying that nobody can beat a Trump.
Yeah. And they all know better than Trump. It's weird, isn't it?
They all do.
I voted for President Trump, not some influencer with fake boobs. Okay?
Correct.
All right. Now, Kash Patel destroys fake news, anonymous sources, and you're talking about Miranda Devine, Shady.
I am.
He just eviscerated the disgruntled Comey Ray deep state leftovers, Kyle Seraphin, who are anonymously whining that the FBI is rudderless. He pointed to hard numbers, Shady. I mean, don't we look at numbers and facts?
Dude, statistics.
25,000 violent felons taken off the streets, double last year's total. 35% surge in foreign spies from Russia, China, and Iran caught and neutralized. 6,000 missing children rescued. That's up 22%. Former FBI people. These swamp creatures leak lies because they can't handle the fact that the FBI is putting America first again, Shady. I mean, that's really it. And let's listen to Kash Patel on, what's her name? Laura Ingraham.
Yeah, look, anonymous sources always lie, results don't. And I'll get to the results in a second. These anonymous sources were individuals from the Comey Ray era that weaponized the Department of Justice and cratered the public trust in the FBI to something that was at levels that has never been seen. 35% public trust in the FBI when we came in 10 months ago. And now we're to believe that these anonymous sources are the ones accusing this FBI, the most successful in history, of being rudderless. Let's just look at the results. If we were so rudderless and we sent our mission out into the country and around the world, how would we have arrested 25,000 violent felons this year alone? That's twice as many as last year alone. How would we have arrested 35% more spies from Russia, China, and Iran than last year alone? How would we have found 6,000 children and identified them? That's up 22% from last year alone. We have taken down criminal networks and those that wish to do harm to our children. We have arrested in the 764 category, the nihilist violence extremist network, a 590% increase on those who wish to prey on our children. Those are just some examples, and I haven't even gotten to the monumental success on fentanyl, where we shut off precursors from China and have seized enough fentanyl, 22% increase this year alone, enough to kill 127 million Americans. We're crushing violent crime. We're defending the homeland. When Dan and I got here, it was a rudderless ship. But we re-executed this mission. We defanged the weaponization that corrupted it. We jettisoned those like these anonymous sources in this reporting, and all they have to talk about is anonymous sources and jackets and leather patches. They can have that all day long. The mission of this FBI is to serve the American people, and we are doing it at a level that has never been done before because of the leadership we have here, and thanks to President Trump's sweeping victory that demanded this place be rid of weaponization and put it back on a course to prosecuting criminals, investigating criminals, and putting away terrorists, and that's what we are doing every single day here.
Wow. Kash Patel, name to remember. Hey, Shady. Uh-oh, you're muted. Oh, he went away. Okay. But Kash Patel, name to remember. I'm telling you guys, you know, the people that are disparaging Kash Patel are former Ray, okay, and Comey holdovers. They're bad people. Remember, 99% of the FBI is good. It's that 1% that is attacking the FBI, Bongino and Kash, respectively. These are the people that we should not listen to. We should listen to what is actually happening and looking at the numbers. We are fact-based, not your little emotions because you've been fired or not fired by the FBI and not in this FBI administration, and you're running all over Twitter crying like a little baby.
Very good. But let's take it one step further. Why is, look at what they're doing. They're all skipping over this. Why are they skipping? Like, what's going on? Like, how are we? It's embarrassment. Do you understand embarrassment? People like Kyle Seraphin and people like Christopher Wray and the FBI of old are embarrassed. Why? Because what is Kash Patel doing? He's showing you what the FBI is capable of, isn't he, Jeff?
Yeah.
Isn't he showing you what the FBI can do? And these guys had every single tool that Kash Patel has, but they kept leaving these people on the street. The reality of the situation is what was going on was the Democrats were using the FBI to run cover for their schemes. And so now all the people that helped them run cover for their schemes are being exposed because they weren't doing their jobs. They were running cover for Democrat schemes. And so instead of going out there and arresting criminals and getting 30,000 criminals off the street every year, the FBI can only get like 5,000 or 6,000 off the street every year.
Yeah.
So now Kash Patel is making them all look like derelict fools, making them all look like absolute invalids. They cannot do anything and cannot get anything done. So what do? They're mad. They're butthurt. A lot like Candace Owens and Candace Owens' husband. Whenever people get butthurt, I like General Flynn. I'm not a giant fan of Trump. What are you talking about? We can tell.
You know, some of the updates, let's just look at some of these, Shady. This was this morning. Some of the updates for you regarding important changes and reforms that we've made at your FBI. The director and I made a decision earlier this year to recognize the FBI to both improve efficiency and accountability pursuant to process. Those changes were signed off on and completed recently. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino made long series of important personnel changes. Oh, they're really mad about that too, aren't they? The new leadership team has produced dramatic results, which we have seen, and they'll produce for us in detail as the year wraps up. They will include a historic drop in the homicide rate. Oh, God, terrible job they're doing. Yeah, double digit, along with record disruptions, arrests, and drug interdictions. Many of these personnel changes have upset a group of Comey Ray era disgruntled former agents who prefer the old ways of operating. We're not going back. Another one. We have been working on an AI project to assist in our investigators and analysis in the national security space and received an update yesterday. Happy to report that the product is looking promising. More coming on this. We are at the end stages of a redesign of the FBI crisis management process. The redesign is intended to make information more accessible and transparent in a crisis to enable quick and effective decision making. The project should be complete by the end of the year. We saved the taxpayers billions and billions of dollars, guys, billions of dollars by scrapping the plan for an expensive new FBI headquarters building. We will be moving into the Reagan building after decades of fruitless haggling as the current FBI headquarters building crumbles. They relocated over 1,000 headquarters-based personnel out of the Washington, D.C. area and into the field to focus on violent crime, crimes against children, and terrorism. Those agents are now working on a mission in those regional offices. They also, in recognition of the growing threat and in conjunction with the president's executive order, they designed and launched and completed FBI's first ever counter drone school last month. Special thanks to Sebastian Gorka and DDCOS Reagan for their help on this project. The workforce apprehended 4 of the FBI's top most wanted fugitives, and they're hunting down the rest. They've arrested 4 of the top 10, Shady.
4 out of 10.
Oh, but they're doing
in
so
8
bad.
months.
Rudderless, Shady, rudderless, I tell you.
Yeah, rudderless because they're actually doing something. Don't you see, Jeff? The rudder before that was on there was guiding the ship into the freaking island. And so now the rudder is not driving the ship into the island, and they consider that rudderless.
The new leadership team and workforce made a series of Antifa-related arrests in multiple states and assisted in record numbers of deportation and apprehensions. Some of the culture changes we've implemented include eliminating DEI, reforming the physical fitness test. Under Ray and Comey and these people that are complaining, they loved it. They never said anything about the DEI. They never said anything about that. Making promotions contingent on real-world results, guys. That's why you don't have a job, Kyle. Okay, severing ties with SPLC and ADL and implementing a new training curriculum to reflect the current mission requirements. They dedicated significant personnel and financial assets to streamlining FOIA reform to ensure responsiveness. They shut down multiple open-air drug markets nationwide. In conjunction with the White House, had 12 fentanyl precursors from China listed.
Hey, let me just jump in right quick when you're talking about this. You know what they're talking about right here, the open air drug markets. I live in Oregon, and Oregon has actually made this state drug, like there's no consequence for any types of drug offenses here. And what you're seeing is an unbelievable amount of absolute insanity going on because the state is offering people money to be homeless and to come here. And then they come here and they take the money that the state is giving them for being homeless to buy the drugs. Well, now what we're starting to see is like I'm driving around here and I'm seeing less of it. I'm seeing less of it on the street. I'm seeing less of these people in these specific places around these NGOs. I did a search, Jeff, and right here in the city that I live in, Medford, there's like 600 NGOs registered right here in this little tiny 45,000 person city. So the reality of the situation is all of these different things that have been going on right under your nose, and nobody is saying anything about it because the institutions or the politicians are making their kickbacks off of these people. And so they're not going to do anything to deteriorate the lining of their own pocket.
And in fact, you know, Kyle Seraphin said 764 was a farce. And now they've made arrests, guys. These people, these 764 groups are disgusting. They want you to harm your children. They want you to harm the animals. And then they want you to do things that are unspeakable, guys. Okay. And it's real. All right. And this BX on X was attacked by Kyle Seraphin for exposing it. We exposed it as well. It's real, guys. And these people are trying to protect that, maybe?
Of course they're trying to protect it because it's part of the system. It's part of the system. The system is built. You have to understand that the FBI under Mueller, under Comey, under all of the predecessors, all of those people that were there. That's why I'm saying that this is the greatest FBI ever. Why? Because there's no globalist stronghold on the neck of the FBI, making the FBI act in opposition to taking criminals off the street. You know, that's like whenever you've got the city of Gotham and all of the people in Gotham are corrupt, then nobody is going to be held to account, because if you hold anybody to account, the corrupt people have to be held to account. So this is the way they've tried. This is what I meant earlier, but when I said once they make everybody a criminal, there's no control. So if you're not a criminal, only people that can really throw rocks at the glass house of being a criminal are non-criminals. So if they turn us all into criminals, none of us can say anything about the corrupt criminals that are lording over us.
That's right. So the FBI director, Kash Patel, Alexis Wilkins, they're firing back hard at the Comey Ray era grifters. And that's exactly what they are. They're grifters. But those butthurt, jobless deep state hacks whining from the sidelines after Trump's cleanup crew axed their swamp gigs, these ex-agent like Kyle Seraphin are melting down over Patel's moves to drain the FBI's rot, accusing him of abusing jets and security details for Alexis Wilkins while ignoring how Ray's crew jet set it on our dime for years. Patel's slamming their hypocrisy. Wilkins is suing the loudest Mossad conspiracy peddlers for defamation. And real patriots see it for what it is. Sour grapes from fired frauds who can't handle America first accountability. Period. The end,
He calls it rumor intelligence. That's what they're going on. They're going on rumored intelligence. Okay. Well, let's see if we can get 10 other kooky journalists to write kooky stories that act like they have your best interest at heart. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. They do not have, you know, if you're foreign born, you do not have the American best interest at heart. I'm sorry. To actually have America's best interest at heart, you got to be born here. You got to understand the culture. You got to be able to, you've had at least touched a gun at some point in your life. You've killed a rabbit. You've eaten from the woods. Know something that has to do with what it means to be an American. Okay, these people are insane. Come on, man. I've eaten rabbit. Have you never had rabbit stew?
No,
man.
I must be foreign.
Whenever I was young, we would take blind people hunting.
Oh my God!
What sound in the woods ain't like a rabbit?
So look at this, Shady Grove. Check this out. I mean, these are the kind of people we're letting in. Now, she's saying that that's evil. That is an evil thing. You know, when I go into other people's countries, I abide by their rules, right? You know, that's what you do. This Muslim woman is furious at a Christmas tree as she demands the tree be taken down because Christmas is haram, which means forbidden. It's not haram in America. You're going to be haram in America if you keep this up.
I gotta say it, Jeff. I want to be clear. If a foreigner comes to your country and demands that you accept their culture as your culture, or demands that you change your beliefs for their religious needs, that is not an immigrant. That is an invader. the media are covering for these people. They are literally bringing in invaders. They're invading you, and then they're calling you a racist whenever you notice that these people are not assimilating with being American. I don't care if you're from Somalia or Egypt or South Africa or wherever the hell you're from, if you're going to assimilate to become an American, but these people are not doing that. No. They're telling you that you have to adhere to their Somali tradition.
That's right.
GFY, yo.
And, you know, Ilhan Omar wasn't even elected by Americans. She was elected by 80,000 Somalis that Obama dropped in Minnesota, guys.
It's almost like they're trying to import illegal immigrants to trick the vote. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
That's replacement popular. Oh, no, the great replacement. This is just a farce, right?
It's crazy, isn't it?
I think people are seeing it.
And the Biden administration created exemption for many low-level Taliban civil servants to come to the U.S. Taliban. Wow. It's just, you know.
You can't make it up.
We need common sense back.
We got a little bit of it, but but the thing is, Jeff, we have a problem. Whenever people start talking common sense, all of the numb-nutty InfoWars psychopaths pipe up and they start adding nonsense to that conversation.
Again, feelings are weaved into the. They don't want to hear the facts. They just want.
The next thing you know, you're right. You're like, next thing you know, you're at the bottom of the cliff with a broken leg. The lemming went right over the edge.
Yeah. Enforcing the law. You know, this guy calls enforcing the law not American and immediately starts babbling in a foreign language, guys. This is the Minneapolis mayor, Jacob Free, as he refuses to cooperate with ICE. Listen to this, guys.
This is insane.
That's not American. That's not what we are about. And we're going to do right by every single person in our cities. And so, to our Somali community, Daman Shabka, Somalied Kunul, Minnesota, Garahan, Minneapolis, Waan, Ku Janilahai, Waan, Ku Gereb, Taganahan.
Wow.
You're pandering. This is
not what we are about.
This is a human being pandering to the illegals. He's pandering to people that can't speak English, to the illegal people saying, oh, look, I talk like they do. Make sure you get out to that election thing and pull that there handle there next time because I talk like you do.
That's how he got elected.
That's exactly how he got elected.
Because he's a stooge. Wow, man.
Of the globalist deep state.
Yeah. Wow, guys. Wow. I mean, you know, we just need a little common sense here. If people want to come into this country and be an American, take the test. I know a lot of people that took the test and came here legally, and they are more proud to be an American than Americans are. It's weird. They know the Constitution better than most Americans do, Shady.
Yeah, the awfuls, what Greg Gutfeld calls the awfuls, the affluent white liberal females.
Yeah,
or, you know, like that's who for whatever reason, you know, that's the people that are getting down on their knees, kissing people's shoes and stuff. Like they're absolutely, you know, they got a lot. It seems like they got a lot more money than sense. Let's put it that way.
What is his name? Minneapolis governor. I already moved on. Political cartoon. Sorry, but just Google that. Find it.
Minneapolis mayor.
Minneapolis mayor. Yes, thank you. Eric Holder. Barack Hussein Crossfire Hurricane Obama with a straight face said this, Shady Groove. I cannot believe this, bro.
You can't believe he said it. I know.
Wow.
Justice Department. Eric Holder was my attorney general. I never spoke to him about any active case.
Yeah.
Because
it's a lie.
Our democracy requires that no one is above the law, and that as best as we can manage it, the power of the state is wielded in an objective way that people can trust. So that when a prosecutor says somebody does something, we know they have to present their evidence. And when a judge rules on something, we are going to abide by it, even if we don't like it, because we believe that their fealty is to that higher standard. And So there are norms like that that have been eroded, actively undermined in some cases, that I believe are a problem. And those are not, those norms, those rules, and those values are not Republican or Democratic.
Keck.
They are American.
Yeah, they're liberal judges that you paid off. So, we've got a big problem in this country, Shady. I mean, this guy even went so far as to say that the best news is the mainstream news. They don't lie, he says.
Oh, I got so my goodness. I have a sneaky suspicion that Eric Holder and Obama are more than friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. The way he was sitting. Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. You sit there, maybe you should drink out of a straw. Yes, the phrase Holder is Obama's wingman refers to former Attorney General Eric Holder, who was his close confidant and ally of President Obama, serving as his, quote, wingman by being a key legal advisor and the head of the Justice Department for all 8 years Obama was in office, including their time. They were also great friends, including their time as undergraduates at Columbia, and Obama selected him for key roles in the 2008 presidential campaign. Holder served as senior legal advisor during the 2008 campaign and member of the vice presidential committee to choose Joe Biden, Obama's first attorney general in the role he held for the entirety of Obama's 2 terms. So Obama's best friend all the way through multiple universities and his whole childhood, who, he probably liked better than his wife, didn't never talk to him. They didn't even talk to each other.
No, and the
wingman.
I hear Wiener is going to run for president with Holder, with the Wiener-Holder campaign.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Wiener-Holder would probably win in most Democrat situations. So Wiener-Holder ticket would be a winner.
Did James Comey take his victory lap too soon, Shady?
Yes.
Check this out.
Director James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James to a grand jury. According to people familiar with the situation inside the Justice Department, it is expected to happen quickly, perhaps within a week. The court tossed out both the Comey and James cases. The judge found interim U.S. Attorney Lindsay Halligan did not have the legal authority of a prosecutor when the two were indicted. Joining us now is Tom Dupree, Director.
Wow, so the victory lap was too soon there, Nephilim giant.
And I know that exactly. So the reality, the situation, you just come running right to the microphone, right? You got to get right out there in front. It's the moment that something happens that you're on the CNN.
CNN.
It's on there. Go play over there in the CNN sand while you can still play in the sand.
In the CNN.
CNN.
Wow. So
this is CNN.
Great news for Dallas County, Texas. You went all paper ballots. Many are following suit. More accurate, totally secure, with watermark paper, faster and only 9% of the cost. All Republican governors should mandatorily do this. Save money and freedom. Lead the Democrats out of their corrupt ways. President DJT.
Lead them out of their corruption.
Wow, man. Wow.
The thing that people don't realize is that the reason that the country of America existed the way that it did with the limited amount of corruption for the first 150 years was because there was no reason to be corrupt. There was no benefit for being corrupt because there was no money in the system. The money that was in the system was used to build the things that needed to be built by the system. And then there was nothing laying around and nothing left over. Now you have this whole reality where there's all of this opportunity for fraud. And whenever there's opportunity, people stick their hand in the cookie jar. So whenever we go into a future where people aren't living a life of scarcity, then all of a sudden they're not going to take things that aren't theirs. It's going to change. It's going to change everything. They're not going to look to drugs. They're not going to go. They're not going to be sucked into these social media psyops to make them think that they're not a girl or not a guy or all these different things that they've been doing to us. The reason that they were able to do that to us is because we were defenseless against a system that took advantage of our belief in them. In other words, they understood that we all believed in the mainstream media, so they just did whatever they wanted with it.
That's right, Shady. I got one here for you. This is going to be a good one. You're going to love it. You ready?
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, Yeti. Here's a new commercial here for you guys.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. All right, so.
Oh, no.
Blue Chew chewable tablets are made with active ingredient found in popular ED medications, but in a chewable form and a much more affordable price. No waiting rooms, no pharmacy lines, just a quick online visit. And once approved by a licensed medical provider, Blue Chew will send the chews straight to your door. Look, guys, Blue Chew is the upgrade button for your sex life. Level up and get your first month free at bluechew.com. And if you've got we've got a special deal for our Rumble listeners. Try your first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code Rumble. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Rumble. All plans include an online health assessment, prescription medication, if appropriate, monthly refills, ongoing medical support. A prescription will only be written if deemed medically appropriate after an online health assessment with the licensed provider. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information, Shady.
The MG Show would like to encourage procreation. Get it going, guys.
Thank you, Blue Chew, for sponsoring the MG Show. We appreciate it.
You could have a child with a Trump account today.
Yeah. Wow. Targeting our audience.
We're not that old. Things are still moving.
Oh, shady.
Come on, man.
Wow.
We believe in this product.
Pastor Shadowley says, Hefe has just incited the election. Oops. Oh, my God, Shady.
There's so many things to say.
You're going to love this one. Tim Walz, speaking of Blue Chew, check this out.
Shutting off the money faucet for fraudsters. Somali pirates in Minnesota looted us for $1 billion with a B. And that doesn't count all the welfare we handed out after importing them here. And now it's time for a refund.
You told me to look into Minnesota and their fraud on visas and their programs. 50% of them are fraudulent, which means that wacko Governor Walz either is an idiot or he did it on purpose. And I think he's both, sir. We're going to remove them and we're going to get our money back.
The Somalis are upset that the free money and fraud are coming to an end.
We need leaders who will invest in our neighbors, not attack them. The Somali community in Minnesota is a backbone of the state.
Really?
And I'd just like to point out that Donald J. Trump and the Dell family have just donated to your families and friends, guys, okay? Do you realize how awesome that is? I mean, this is huge. Keep going.
We've invested plenty. Billions were stolen. We don't owe the Somalis anything. Now, Tim Walz is under investigation by the Treasury Department and Congress.
They need to focus on the war crimes that are coming up. They need to focus on making life more affordable.
War crimes.
Issues they're dealing with. But this is a president in spiral doing nothing to make life cheaper for Minnesotans or Americans.
So Walz lets pirates plunder his booty and he thinks Trump's spiraling?
Don't let pirates plunder your booty.
Incompetent man. I thought that from the day I watched JD destroy him in a debate. I was saying, who was more incompetent, that man or my man? I had a man and he had a man. There's something wrong with him, okay? There's something wrong with him.
Democrats in Minnesota are panicking. The money's drying up and their biggest voting bloc's going adios. The pirates donated thousands to the mayor of Minneapolis. And now he's telling ICE to leave the Somalis alone. He also said this.
To our Somali community. Daman Shabka. Somaliyeed Kunul. Minnesota, Garahan, Minneapolis. Waan Kuji Janila Hai.
Learn English.
Ku Gereb Taganahan.
Taganahan.
We don't speak Somali, but he probably didn't say give us the money back. Ilhan Omar also got donations from the scammers. So the Somalis stole money from taxpayers and donated it to Democrats. Huh. And the Democrats never looked into this. Huh. And she's not the only one. Minnesota's AG, Keith Ellison, was supposed to be stopping the fraud, but he was caught on tape talking to the crooks 1 month before the FBI raided their headquarters. They said government agencies were racist, and the attorney general said he'd make a call.
Just getting the question, just getting the inquiry from the AG is sometimes enough to make people knock it off.
Then they started talking cash.
And we are willing to put our money where our mouths are in that sense, helping elected officials that are interested in protecting communities of color specifically.
So Ellison said this meeting isn't about money. But a few weeks later, donations were dropped into his account. And now he's playing the race card.
He wants us pointing fingers at each other while he and his cronies run a scam on America. Weaponizing negative stereotypes and racism against our neighbors is morally wrong.
White people get blamed for stuff their ancestors did hundreds of years ago. But you're not allowed to punish Somalis for ripping us off today? If we're so bad, why is everybody trying to come here? Maybe it's because their country's not so great. Ask the Somalis.
I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing. You know, they came from paradise, and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell, and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country. Let them go back to where they came from and fix it.
Wow, that's an ideal novel idea there.
Yeah.
Go back to your country and fix it. Just like, you know, I got Canadians like arguing with me and then, and I disagree with them and then they drop Trump and Epstein pictures. I mean, stop it. You got go fix your country. Okay. We're fixing ours.
Well, we're fixing ours in a way that they are going to all be jealous of, because you see, Jeff, whenever you start to show an example, remember we've talked about the control in a defunct system. If you have something in the system that shows functionality and everything else is dysfunctional, that's a bad that's bad, because that means some of the other 8 billion people are going to start to see some of the functionality. Okay. If they start to see that America has functionality by doing these things, by closing our border, implementing tariffs, taking care of our own manufacturing, making people wealthy, doing accounts for children, all these different things, if they see that that's successful, the globalists cannot hide that success, no matter how much non-reporting that they do. I was actually pretty impressed to see the positive news about these Trump accounts today. It wasn't across the board, but there was a number of mainstream media platforms that wrote positive articles about the Trump accounts coming up and what the Dells are doing. So this is how we right the ship. We've talked about, like, you know, we want the arc of history to bend toward good. We want the arc of history to bend toward good. The reason that you became cynical is because the arc of history was bending towards, holy hell, they're going to destroy everything that is literally here that's left to burn. Okay. That's what they were planning on doing. Like, because the extinctionists were in charge.
That's right.
The extinctionists are no longer in charge. The humanists are in charge. Be them with all the problems that they have. They think you're a human and they think you're valuable. If a person thinks that I'm a human and I'm valuable, I like that person more than the person that thinks I'm not valuable and I should be destroyed, and the oxygen that I am the carbon that they are trying to get rid of.
Yeah. And, you know, these Democrats, Shady Groove, the hoax, and now we got the MRI hoax, Shady Groove.
Oh, I know.
You got the Coke boat hoax, the Maryland dad hoax, the bombs didn't target and blow up the Iranian nuclear mountain hoax, the illegals don't get free health care hoax, the MAGA killed Charlie Kirk hoax, the Musk stealing our social security number hoax, the Antifa isn't real hoax. All they do is friggin' lie. And I'm telling you, Shady, I don't like liars. I hate liars. I can't stand them. And I don't hate very much. But liars,
the Egyptians and the Israelis and everybody in the whole world. You know, at this point, Jeff, I was saying to you this morning, it really does look to me like the doth protest too much thing is happening. You know, these people are like severely attacking Turning Point USA. They had this big jealous heart about Turning Point USA, which I would consider like one of the largest organizations out there. And they're trying to take it down and besmirch it and defile it. Look at what you're seeing. You know, it really does look like that the momentum, the people that had a axe to grind against Charlie Kirk and TPUSA, looking a little bit more guilty than all the people that they're accusing. I'll just say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, and I think a lot of people are seeing through this now. I mean, I can't even watch the news barely anymore, Shady. I mean, you know, we do play clips, you know, of these other people on the news stations. You know, Scott Jennings is doing a great job over on, you know, CNN, but man, you know, once you see, it's hard to go back, isn't it?
You've discontinued your daily. You've discontinued your daily absorption of The View. You're not doing that anymore?
Just about 3 days ago.
Oh wow, man! I did not know that. So I'm gonna ixnay that too. So we no longer have to keep up with those people. We have too much work to do to keep up with the idiots on our side.
That's right. And the Trump administration uncovers massive foreign trucker illegal license operation in what state do you think, Shady?
California.
Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Okay.
Minnesota is openly and blatantly defying the rules, plain and simple. Under the Trump administration, states have two choices: meet our standards or face the consequence. Following the law is not optional, guys. So now you got this guy with Somalis, and now you got illegal truck. Shady Groove. Wow. So California and Minnesota are running neck and neck, aren't they, Shady?
They really are. And all these different programs from around the country, I'm a gut feeling, that there's like almost every Democrat stronghold city is going to have some sort of program to put illegal immigrants in 80,000-pound vehicles. You understand that? This is a 60 to 80,000 pound vehicle. Your car weighs less than 5. Most people's cars weigh around 5, maybe 7,000 pounds. This is an 80,000 pound vehicle traveling down the road, fully loaded, coming at you, and these numbnuts can't even read the stop sign, dude.
Yeah.
They can't. They don't know. They don't know that you can't just cross the median on an interstate. There's been people killed already where these truck drivers are in the right lane on an interstate, driving down the interstate, and they cut all the way across the median to go back the other way.
Yeah. I mean, you had one in Oregon, too, that jackknifed, right? I mean...
Yes, we just had a person killed out here from one of these things. I got to drive around these idiots out here.
There are lives being lost. Also, Shady, we've got Trump's Treasury Department slaps fresh sanctions on Venezuela's Tren de Agua and affiliates. So, Shady, I was watching that Maduro thing where he was talking about Tren de Agua, and it was in English. Do you know tren means train, guys? Have we been talking about the railroads and trains on the MG show anytime, Shady Groove? I mean,
dude, the trains and the railroads we've been talking about, the drug smuggling.
Wow.
Oh, and Tren de Aragua is train of Aragua, about the immigrants that they were using to build the railroad. It didn't get built, so they used the people from Tren de Aragua to start muling the drugs into Venezuela from Colombia. Tren de Aragua.
Yeah, train.
These are Democrat best friends, bro. Why? How could they?
Yeah, get your meme ready. This is the Treasury target. Remember that meme, Shady? It's on Facebook, I think. But this is the Treasury target's money laundering network supporting Venezuelan terrorist organization Tren de Agua. Blah, blah, blah. Today, the U.S. hope everybody enjoyed the dating game, guys. Is that what song's playing, Yeti? The dating game? Yeah. So here we are at the end. They didn't like our information on Tren de Agua. Very interesting, but we're kind of wrapping up the show now, Shady Groove. Show your meme, though, about the Democrats protecting, what is it? How did it go? There it is.
The Democrats were very excited to see Barack Obama, President Obama, bomb Americans in foreign countries. They thought that was the greatest thing they'd ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
But the Democrats are losing their mind by President Trump bombing narco boats in quote-unquote Tren de Aragua in the South Caribbean. I just little meme there to show you some of the hypocrisy that we are experiencing here in America in 2025.
Well, and so you got Obama, who had a fetish with droning people. Okay, nobody said anything about that.
Not a word.
Then you had Bush. He went to war without congressional approval.
Not a war crime. You have 3,000 people dead in Iraq. Not a war crime, sir.
Not a war. Okay, got it. Just
not
checking.
a war crime. Yep.
But if you want Trump stopping poisoning your children.
No. You're mischaracterizing it. He's not stopping poisoning your children. Donald Trump is interrupting the financial flow of drugs and money through South America back to their philanthropic networks here in America.
Right.
He's stopping the networks from being able to sell. Like the people down on the corner aren't going to have any blow to sell this weekend if Trump keeps going.
Wow, that's terrible.
Isn't that horrible?
Yeah.
Think about how many Democrats aren't going to be able to get MDMA soon.
Oh my God. Well, there you go, Shady Groove. That's our show today.
We do a good job, or do we?
I hope so.
I don't know.
This is about the people, guys. This is about the people. This isn't about all the weird influencers out there that are butthurt because they're not in said organizations. We've discussed that. Candace Owens didn't make TP USA. General Flynn's not in the Trump administration, nor is Bannon. Some of them are looking like MAGA, but they really aren't. Kyle Seraphin and the other guy, I can't remember his name, Shady. What's the other guy's name?
Oh, don't do that to me.
I forgot his name. But, these people are not in the FBI. I don't think that's what it is. I can't remember. He's got the glowing eyes.
That doesn't help.
Yeah, well, they're all idiots, okay? And, just follow your president, President Donald J. Trump. The choice to know is yours, guys. And, if you want to just get distracted with all the BS, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. But when you want to argue with us, Shady Groove, and we bring the facts, your little opinion and IQ has to go away. And if you bring us facts, we'll accept that as well. That's how it works, guys. Factual.
Thank you so much. Q-Shot just donated $100. Sorry, I was out of the game today. Merry Christmas. I'd really love to see. Thank you so much, Mac. Oh my God, I appreciate you so greatly. But we would really like to see some more of you get involved and participate in supporting what it is we're doing here. If you're listening to this show every day, we're asking you to participate in supporting us. We went commercial free for a number or break free at the top of the hour. So we didn't play you our links to our Give, Send, Go, or you didn't see our links to the MG Show Donate. Please, guys, maybe the mods drop the links in here to these guys. Think about and consider supporting what we're doing here. We're working very hard, and we're working extra long hours to get around these people to make sure that they, number one, we're making sure they're not right in their claims before we're explaining to you that they aren't. And that takes a lot of effort and time to run down these idiots' next stupid psyop that they're throwing at us.
It's kind of crazy, dude. Like, everything is so nuts right now. I mean, like, the psyops are psyops galore, Shady Groove. Wow. Thank you very much. Yeti, thank you. Sorry. Dragon Baby, thank you so much. Kusha, all of those that donated, mgshow.link/links. Choose your method, says John Jacob Jinkelheimer Schmidt. Thank you so much. And, Mike Hess has got his blue chew, so he's very happy, Shady.
I knew he was going to say that. I could feel it coming.
Yeah. And Real Iron Eagle, thank you for the subscription, guys. We love you. See you guys tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. It's Trump Day. See you guys.
Thursday. It's Trump Day.
Sorry. Every day is Trump
That's
Day.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
right? Oh, did I double click? Hang
maybe
on.
It'll be Susie Wiles Day tomorrow.
Oh my God. Let's do it.
And then Pam Bondi Day on Friday.
Let's do it.
Have a choice. It's always been yours. A voice they can't silence. through the noise. They pull the strings. They set the stage. Divide us with wars. Lock us in a cage. Race and class, faith and fear. They scream so loud, but we're still here. Through MG show, the truth breaks free. MG music lifts us, a rallying plea. Power to the people, hear the call ignite. Dark to light, we're stepping out tonight. They're losing grip, their shadows fade. Together we stand unafraid. Oh, power to the people. Oh, we'll never let it go. They shame the brave, they chain the free. Group think marching, but not for me. Hollywood glitters, leaders deceive, but MG show shines, makes us believe. Defend the chaos, push the dread. Nuclear whispers, words they bled. MG music plays a rebel sound. The truth is clear, it's all around. Power to the people, hear the call ignite. Dark to light, we're stepping out tonight. They're losing grip, their shadows fade. Together we stand unafraid. Oh, power to the people. Oh, we'll never let it go. We planned, we fought, we took the reins. Through the storm, through the chains. Antifa rises, fears their game. But MG show calls out their shame. Sheep may follow blind and weak. MG music wakes us, truth we seek. God bless the brave, the heart sincere. From every shore, the call is clear. Power to the people, hear the call ignite. Dark to light, we're stepping out tonight. They're losing grip, their shadows fade. Together we stand unafraid. Oh, power to the people. Oh, we'll never let it go. Stand firm, be strong, the words resound. All men are equal on sacred ground. MG show leads, MG music sings. The people's power spreads its wings. Power to the people. Oh, power to the people. We rise.
www.mg.show. Boom.